You're listening to once again Rotten Reels Reviews, sister podcast, simply known as Rotten Rambling On. I'm your host, Jake.
I'm Sean.
You're going to find this one particularly different. We apparently got a request to, well, more or less stop doing reviews about movies, video games,
Music,
TV.
pop culture.
Yeah, and in fact, we actually got a rather unusual request was to give your experiences in what was described as job hell.
Yep, our past employment trauma. Apparently, you guys want to know a little bit more about us, and well, we have no filter.
We aim
We'll
to
share.
please. Once again, we'd like to reiterate that this is not safe for work. Anyone under the age of 18 should probably not be listening to this. There will be adult language, adult comments, perhaps some adult situations. I might whip something out that probably shouldn't have.
This is true.
But fortunately, this is not visual, so you're good for that.
Actually, on that point, if you're over the age of 18, you probably shouldn't be listening to us either. The comedy will be crass. There will probably be some dick and fart jokes.
Oh, very like that.
We will attempt to offend people.
The
on a
F-bomb will be
regular
used like a comma. Perhaps not quite that bad.
And
my
as
microphone's
always,
a little high up.
Jake and I will ramble off topic constantly.
Oh, very much so.
Yep.
So just out of curiosity, Sean, why exactly are we doing this particular? Did you just not want to do any research this time around?
Yeah, pretty much it. I had a request for it, and normally I, as usual, ignore requests. But in this particular instance, I thought, oh wow, I can knock this out.
You know, the requestee wouldn't happen to have breasts by any chance. So, you know.
All right, there was a girl, okay? God, just go with me on this.
All right. Yeah. Fuck the beast. Yeah, I hate the sun. Long live the beast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adam Sandler, for never getting that out of my head.
Yep, that will be with us forever.
Yeah.
That's Fatty McGee. All right. Anyway, enough of that.
Thank God. I don't want to go through and pay him royalties.
But
There's another wacky Adam Sandler joke. It goes a little something like this. No, thank you.
Let's try staying away from the trademark material.
Oh, absolutely. I have my own shitty material to go through. Let's see, job hell. Would you care to start?
Oh, actually,
so we got to get the crappy stories out first before we get to the funny stuff.
Before we get to the real money shot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of money shot, actually,
I don't need to know about your fluffer dads.
What? I've got some great stories about when I used to participate in snuff films.
Now that would be on the killing floor, right?
That would be on the killing.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, when you make animal porn in an abattoir, it's designated. Okay, now this has really gone to dark humor.
You're the one who took us there.
I'm gonna pull it back.
Okay.
That's what she said. So.
Really? I thought she said not tonight. I have a headache.
That's what she
said
every
20
night.
years.
Oh gosh. No, actually, job trauma and past history. Goodness. What job doesn't have trauma? I think we can all relate to that. Probably started out. Now, obviously, of course, to protect the innocent, mostly just so we don't get sued by any of the companies that we've done odd jobs for in the past. The names will be changed, mostly to protect us.
Yeah. The hell of the innocent. Well, actually, we're the only ones that be the innocent. Yeah. Our innocence was taken.
Yeah. No, I think probably job trauma starts. I remember there was a telemarketing company I worked for back when I was a kid. Oh gosh, a long time ago.
Long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Oh yeah. No, and I think everyone can relate to that job where you seem to be moving up too quickly, and the upper management is assuring you that no matter how often middle management turns around and gets replaced, that your job is secure, the company is doing fine, and the rumors that you hear are
bankruptcy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're just that. They're just rumors. Until, of course, you go to work the next day and they hand out envelopes to everybody with not even actually a severance package, just a reference letter that you can use for your next job and
possibly a check.
Good work, and we appreciate you. No, not even a check, unfortunately. Just a letter. A glowing recommendation, they call it.
Yeah. It's always a glowing recommendation when a company is going under.
Like, right.
In the finite time we had him, he was a superb.
He was
agent.
great, and his work performance in no way was related to the fact that we went under and filed bankruptcy.
Absolutely.
Completely failed in the marketplace. Yeah, you really don't. You don't share a letter like that. You
No,
really
no,
don't.
you just kind of burn it.
Oh goodness. No, lots of Joe jobs in our side careers.
All right, a good place this because this place went belly up, and because it went bankrupt, and because well they were shits.
Oh yeah.
I'm completely going with this. Sean and I shared a job called click.care.com.
That's
now,
true.
they have gone belly up long ago, so I don't really care.
Yeah,
it's been
I
over
think we're
10
safe.
years. I'm not worried.
This was even closer.
Exactly. We both were just strapped for an actual job. We answered an ad in the penny saver, for God's sakes.
That's true.
And so we sign on. We have an over anal retentive English major as our instructor.
It was probably 22,
Possibly.
Maybe.
This man had such a stick so far up his ass, I wondered how he sat. And while he's being quite prolific and quite, I would say,
he was
very articulate.
It was.
Unfortunately, the better chunk of our, I guess, classmates were lost. And you had various ages, too. We have to take into consideration you have high school graduates, you have folks that have been blue collar for God knows how long, you have folks that literally could not find a job but this.
Don't forget the high school dropouts.
Oh, yep, so we had a few of those.
And the meth addicts. Yeah.
So, yes, as you see from this rather prestigious alumni, we take our test. 2 of the 27 people in this class actually passed it. In the upper 90 percentile.
And remember, we're not talking about a test. I mean, we weren't, taking a test for the bar here. This wasn't, this wasn't medical licensing.
Exactly. It was just to show whether or not you were paying attention to class or you had your thumb up your ass.
We weren't trying to become veterinarians. This wasn't real estate or insurance. This wasn't brokerage. I mean, this was a test that made sure you understood how
English worked.
How I believe it was. Now you'll have to forgive me. It's been a long time, so I believe it was cell phones, isn't it?
The whole basic
cell phone billing.
No, actually, the billing itself was for AT&T. Apparently, some of these phone accounts had never been truly canceled. They never actually stated, "All right, I want this canceled."
Oh, that's right. AT&T bought out somebody.
Exactly. That ridiculous loophole occurred, and AT&T had us as a subsidiary. Basically, we were subcontracted out to deal with these complaints, deal with these extravagant prices. We're talking well over $700 for a bill. And we're supposed to put on a smile and a song in our step as we jauntily use our happy voices. Oh, I see that, sir. Well, let's see if we can't fix that for you. All right, then.
That's right. We were supposed to talk them into contracts on top of that.
Yeah, I know. I love that part. I'm like, okay, so these people are already honked out for this rather obscene bill, and we're supposed to have to keep them as customers.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
So, dealing with that, the guy in question gets fired because of his low-ranking class. We get another cat that comes in who is actually a people person, thank God. Everyone manages to pass the rest of the test. Sean and I are bored. I mean, at that point, I really wish I kept my Tamagotchi. I was so unbearably bored. Our cell phones didn't have wacky apps yet.
Well, if you remember, the guy that came in and took over after this young man got let go for trying to manage his class more like a class with expectations.
That was a little belligerent.
Oh, yeah, he was smarter than.
What do you people?
He was smarter than, and this may sound egotistical, he was smarter than all but 2 people in that class. So.
The only reason why we're following along, well, in my case, I grew up with an English major. How could I not pass?
Well, the sad thing is, none of the things he was tripping people up on were related in any way to the job they were doing.
Yeah, it was basically just a smattering of metaphors, idioms, and colloquialisms they weren't familiar with.
Yeah, he thought he was being cute in between, just trying to keep people's entertained and attention.
Yeah,
with
it's right
what would
there.
otherwise be really stupid material.
Exactly. It's like taking a physics major to see Star Trek.
Yeah.
That will drive you batshit. Well, how could they actually operate beyond the speed of light? By all calculations, like, stop, stop, you're killing me by inches. Stop.
Killing me softly with his words. Anyway, so they pretty much fire this kid. Bring in this other guy. He's just a straight salesman. I, and pretty much his job is to just make people feel good about themselves and get them out there to start taking calls. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they didn't teach them anything new. They didn't cover any information. Yeah, they didn't cover any information that these people failed to get the first time around.
Yeah, we had a crash course and everybody passed it.
In fact, I'm pretty sure he sat down and walked through the little questionnaire they called the test.
For what they established was about 2 weeks of learning. Mm-hmm. These people knocked out in under 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just sitting there going, what was the point of you hiring the other nit?
Well, and see, I think that's the thing. The poor guy just felt overqualified for what he was doing, mm-hmm. and it showed through. I mean, he was so frustrated with the level of involvement and the level of, I guess, knowledge of the people he was dealing with. Mm. Do you remember one day we actually spent the entire day just writing up the lyrics to the Jefferson theme song on the whiteboard and then singing it?
Yeah.
Under the promise that if we could sing the entire Jefferson theme song, we were just going to call it a day with pay. That's how bored he was with the job he had. So, I mean, it's not surprising that, he got let go.
It was a little absurd. I mean, but what's so funny is literally less than 3 weeks later, we have no job.
Yeah.
We were given a check.
Oh, not through any fault of our own.
No, exactly. We didn't get fired. The job left us.
It disappeared.
It up and bellied up.
It went beyond bellied up, though. We picked up our paychecks. If you recall, it was probably 3 or 4 years later. If it wasn't
for the fact that those were cashier's checks, I don't think we would have gotten our money.
Well, I mean, I had a need to verify for security clearance that I had been employed at this place because I listed it in my background. I had to go to the IRS to get proof that I was employed there because I couldn't find any other record. And the IRS had no information of taxes filed on my behalf by that company.
It was so absurd. It was absolutely absurd. And to be perfectly honest, I'm trying to validate this, and this just brought me back to my IGP days. I'm just like, oh God, it's another hell.
But no hell beats the job that you had with the employers that ran off to Thailand.
Oh God, yeah. All right, strap in, folks. This one gets a little dark.
This story's great, actually.
This stuff gets dark. So I get hooked up with this. I guess a best description would be a insurance coverage, establishing everything from being able to take deductions from your house, recreational vehicles, anything from having a bass boat, having an RV, having even like four-wheelers.
Yeah.
That you could get this percentage off, and people were blissfully unaware of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my gig, and I thought, well, this is great. I get a check every week for over $1,500. My percentage that gets taken out is less than $200. Now, as I'm flying high there and enjoying this concept, everything is just literally, I'm on the gravy train. It is biscuit wheels, baby. I'm having fun. I'm dragging friends out. But, hey, we're going to go to the movies. You know what? We'll get dinner first. No. It's on me. It's okay. Yeah, I'm happy as a pig in shit.
Lo and behold.
But unbeknownst to me.
Wait. Say it slower.
But unbeknownst to me.
Oh, that's it.
The dark forces that lay in wait.
Oh, that's the good stuff right there.
Oh, God. So, I begin my Monday morning with a phone call, which I'm not unaccustomed to. I thought, it's probably my manager, Mary, going, oh, yeah, here are the highlights for the week. Or here are your new accounts for you to really massage and work your way through. Yeah, exactly. It was just a simple factor. Can you schmooze these people a little more?
Little do you know, massage is going to come into play later on, folks. That's foreshadowing.
Rather than buttering up a client, I get a call from first the FBI. That's right, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. No, this is not bullshit. God, I wish it was. There's very few punchlines in this, so again, just suffer through. we have what is described as the computer fraud department has contacted me.
This is its own punchline, by the way.
Apparently, a couple of VPs, whom I met one of them once, and to describe in a term, oily, came to mind. Not slick, oily. He was just disturbing. So,
Herbal essences helps with that.
well, on the note of I was absolutely right in that endeavor of reading, turns out two of these VPs had been taking the company money, thus screwing the customers, and taking little flights over to Bangkok for relations, shall we say, with underage boys. No, I have no punchline for that. My jaw has gone slack, and I'm sitting there going, is somebody messing with me? Dear God, Lord, please tell. Oh God, he's not. The whole time I'm having this conversation, I have my phone crooked to my head. I am typing vigorously with great detail to my manager going, you gotta get out. You gotta get out now. We have what can only be described as a shitstorm coming. Run! Post your resume everywhere.
I'm having innocent questions posed to me by an investigator.
Was so disturbing on whether or not I was aware of, first off, this high concentration of embezzlement of the up-team number of 2.5 million has already been yanked from the company.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of the fact, am I aware of these illicit dealings? So that is federal phone call number one.
So you lied and said you weren't.
I was blissfully unaware. Thank
Oh,
Christ.
were you?
Thank
Okay.
Christ I was unaware. Oh my God, I'm skeeved out. I get a call next from the ATF. Yes, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Apparently, other things are being trafficked, other than peddling underage pre-adolescent flesh.
Vietnamese boy girls are, not something you indulge in alone. That's a gateway. That's a gateway.
Oh, I could see that.
That leads to other things.
So I've
it's
like getting off chronic and go right to the crack.
It's what I've heard anyway.
So now I get a call from the ATF. Apparently, they have elicited a few weapons that are on the no-no list because they are fully automatic for their own private amusement.
Ah, nice.
And apparently the amusement of several others. It is that close to trafficking.
Yeah.
Illegally trafficking firearms. So, that's dandy. And last but certainly not least, phone call number 3 from the IRS. Establishing that the company is most likely going to be in a bit of a trouble. I love how he put it too, because he made it sound like it's going to be a spot about it. I was just waiting for him to start, putting out this like pseudo English accent. Well, we're in a bit of a sticky wicket, you see. Yes, we're in a bit of a sticky wicket with paid pedophilia, firearms, and computer fraud. That, my friends, is not a sticky wicket. That is a full-on clusterfuck.
That's not.
And yeah, that was by far one of the worst job standings. And again, I wish to God I had a punchline for you. All I can say is I was so glad I started putting money away. I was like, yep, might be a while before I get any employment.
So what, you say you didn't put that on your resume as a reference?
I thought about it, and the more that this infamy continued, I'm going, I don't even want to be associated with these cats.
I don't know. I feel like there are some corporations in America that might appreciate your ability to quickly,
just bow
burn files and,
oh my God,
and dodge the buck on that one.
Oh my God, it was just the most disturbing content.
I mean, considering that you got one of those guns, I'm kidding.
Hey, mine is perfectly legal, and I will have you know that is semi-automatic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just got to remove the fire pin around.
That's it.
Yeah, small arms fire repairmen tell me that. Hi, Brandon.
Oh, I wish we had our friend Brandon.
God, right?
Now he has got some real horror
stories. Oh God, just from being, our friend Brandon was in the Army for small arms weapon repair. And just the avid level of jackasses that were either higher up or lower than him. It's a wonder he did not just pick something out of the armory and just go on a fucking bloody warpath.
Yeah, he ran.
That man must have almost infinite fucking patience.
Infinite patience, but an infinite number of fuck you stories.
Oh too. Yeah, I know exactly.
He's an angry man. He's an angry man. I love him just now, but he's an angry young man.
We gotta pick him up for just one. We gotta Skype him in something.
Yeah. Well, and considering where he's stuck living nowadays, he's probably angrier yet.
Well, if
And
I was in
nothing's
Michigan
more.
too, I'd be
That's
that way.
true. Nothing's more entertaining.
That's right. Now
than
we've
an
given you his
angry man.
first name and his current location state-wise. If you like further information, please send comments, commentary.
And money.
Oh, money is nice.
Yeah. We
On
always
the
accept donations.
well, on the subject of that, I am actually going to get us started on an Indiegogo. Very similar to Kickstarter, only it's got a much cooler name.
It does.
The whole basis in question is we are trying to expand the podcast into the fact that we will be actually able to interview people. We want to be able to have this streaming archived so you guys can hit all the greatest hits as often as you want.
We promise we will eventually have hits.
Yeah,
that you
that
will
could
want to
happen.
go back and listen to again.
We may have to get a better microphone for Sean, or maybe something with a shock mount. It's a simple factor. We can't get him to make sweet love to the microphone.
It's the recording shame.
Love it.
So put the poster down that says I didn't know.
Yeah. Okay. But by that basis, and we also need to get some recording software that would actually improve, I guess, just overall the same quality. See, I'm running this on SoundForge, which, while is a great editing program, kudos to Sony. Absolutely. This is a great system. No, I actually bought it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do the free trial aspect. The problem is you can't do all the fine tweaking that I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I highly recommend you experiment with a free trial. It's 30 days. You got a chance to decide. And generally speaking, they will offer some pretty nice deals. Coupled with the latest SoundForge, comes with its own integrated customer service program.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have a problem understanding this. And your program will inform you. Oh, this is what you're doing wrong. Yeah, so virtually any schlub can totally become a recording guru from the system. And I'm just like, that's brilliant. But with that in mind, though, we just simply are trying to improve the concept.
The quality.
The quality would be nice too. One of the main factors that I was hoping to do is maybe start doing some interviews.
Yeah.
Through a
and
Skype.
A scope, obviously.
Yeah, through a Skype program. I thought maybe to interview some writers, some actors, some directors. We're trying not to get anyone that's quote too pretentious, hipsters. Death to them all.
Well, and some local art flair would also
Absolutely.
be nice.
And why not?
So yes, folks, Indiegogo, look for it to appear on your Facebook wall without your permission.
It shall be up before the latter, actually probably before mid-August.
Yeah. And
probably. Yeah, we're also trying to get a logo. Dear God, if you have any graphic artist designers that are worth a tinker's damn, send them our way. We simply want to get a Rotten Rambling on the logo. Because all I'm putting right now is the Rotten Reels review one, and people are like, but that doesn't make sense. And I'm tired of confusing them.
Well, it would make more sense if they could hear half of the program.
That would help.
All right. Speaking into the microphone, he says. All right. So we've done our marketing bit.
That we have.
We look forward to improving the quality of the show, both in production value and in the quality of our jokes.
Trying to move his head away from the microphone. I'm going to duct tape it to him.
I'm making eye contact with the goddamn thing.
Sweet love with it.
If I took
Type in the Al Green.
If I took this ball mic any closer to my mouth,
you might break the Jesus record.
I'd be a gay porn star. Which would be not. They make real money. I mean, have you ever seen? There is an amazing HBO documentary. HBO has some great documentaries, but look for this one, folks. Speaking of gay porn actors, it's called Pornocopia, Going Down in the Valley.
I think you already told us that.
Yep, it's a documentary on the porn industry in America, and you'd be surprised at how A, entertaining, and B, educational it actually is.
All those factors you want to know. So what's it like being a male porn star? You enjoying that? You getting a little ass? Yeah, you know you are.
Specifically pay attention to the section on after they were porn stars, which follows a couple of retired porn stars and what they've done.
What do they do now? Play golf?
Yep, play golf.
Really good with a putter, huh? You know what I mean?
Some of the older porn stars from back in the 70s engaged in,
we see a nine-wood joke
in leading aerobic exercise groups.
Did you see so many wood jokes?
Oh, right?
Always chipping from the rough.
This is not James Wood and vampires. Let's put the wood jokes away. You got
honestly, that film wasn't bad. It's just the factor I read the book.
No, that film was bad.
I did get sick of the wood jokes.
Yeah. I got sick of James Woods.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of envision someone like Tom Berenger.
Oh,
Berenger would have been great
Tom
for
Berenger
playing
would be
Jack
great.
Crow.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I want a guy who looks like a hard ass. And no offense to James Woods, but he does not look like a terrifying badass.
Yeah, yeah. No, he did pull off a good bad guy routine in The Specialist. I have to give him kudos there. He was the only
Honestly,
one not phoning in
he
his
was the only
performance.
one that was worth a damn in that. I mean,
Yeah.
between Stone, beautiful, every other minute, because we somehow didn't notice that Sharon Stone was attractive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh,
Sharon
also,
Stone
we have to.
is sexy.
The best part of that is we have to suspend disbelief that she's actually a 20-something when she's a 40-something. But that's not the best of these Highlander time travel flashback setups. We have to endure that Eric Roberts apparently hadn't aged for 20 years.
He could have pulled the Dick Van Dyke.
No, I swear to God, he literally has. The only thing that altered was he had a little more sideburn. That was it. I'm going.
But didn't they color in white in his sideburns just a
No,
little
no,
bit?
they really
No?
didn't. That's the
Maybe I'm
fucked
thinking of
up
a
part.
different show.
The only thing else that made me just laugh to the point I was in tears was Rod Steiger doing a worse Cuban accent than Pacino's Spanish accent, or I guess Cuban. Was it Cuban for Scarface?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
his Cuban accent was actually worse than Pacino's. And I had to hear, Joe, get my son. And I'm just sort of like, no, stop it, wrap it up, we're done. That hurt a lot, Rod.
I will cut you so bad. You wish I had not cut you so bad.
So we're completely off topic again.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's
I
like we were
promise.
rambling.
I promised that it would happen. I make a promise to you. And when I make a promise, 50% of the time I deliver.
Oh,
God damn it.
I'll give you at least 60.
90% of the time I deliver 50% of my promise.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
But getting off topic, you had. What was that one job that you had? Wasn't. I can't say that particular hotel franchise because they will skin us.
Yeah.
It will turn us into a series of iPod cases.
No, they weren't that bad. It was that was just so numbing.
Rhymes with Harriet.
That was just so numbing. No, I was thinking if you want to talk about past employment trauma, it'd be any of the time either you or I were involved in direct. I'm ashamed to say, and no offense to anyone that enjoys this as a job, door-to-door sales.
Oh God.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah.
You've gone ahead.
Nothing quite as bad as going door to door selling Jesus or anything.
Yeah,
like
I know.
that.
They get the door slammed in their face less.
That is a product that's hard to sell.
Yeah. Not to mention it's a product hard to push away.
And it's free, apparently.
It's hard to push them away.
Well, actually, it's not free. It costs you something.
Well, you could use a broom to push them away. That doesn't always work. So I recommend cover yourself in Caro syrup, maybe some red food dye to add it to make it bloody.
Oh yeah.
And just rub some of it in your hair and answer the door. What the fuck do you want? Trust me, they will run away. I scared a couple little ladies out.
Or you can always say, "I'll accept some of your pamphlets if you accept some of mine."
Oh yeah, just write up your own pamphlets.
That's right. Not anything.
Did you know that Jesus is actually a giant chicken? Bet you didn't.
I'll take your pamphlets about Jesus. You take my pamphlets about the giant spaghetti monster.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, hail, star chicken. Why not? It makes about as much sense as Scientology.
No, nothing is more traumatic than going door to door selling vacuums, selling knives, or in your particular case, wasn't it perfume?
I had perfume and cologne, but the worst part is we weren't hitting door to door. We were soliciting out of town.
Oh,
we had to go to like strip malls. Mm-hmm. We had to go through. Oh God, let's see. A church bingo. The funniest aspect, I was stuck in Ohio. I'm about 26, and I'm riding with my friend Mike Steele, and we are completely strapped. We have all this product sitting in the back of my truck. Mm-hmm. We're completely out of gas. We're hungry. We're down to a bottle of water. Yeah. The only thing around us is this one podunk gas station, a hotel that says no soliciting, and of all things, a titty bar. Yeah,
because that's what happens in small towns.
Yeah, I just sat there going, so this is all we have to work with. We're going to the titty bar. They have AC. It is 102 degrees out. Our brains are baking. Yeah. We bring our boxes in, just filled with perfume, cologne. Oh, and to clarify, perfume and perfume are different. Perfume is actually a alkaline-based chemical, which may stay in your system for about 2, maybe 4 hours tops. So yeah, that's your standard typical perfume that you purchase. Parfum is oil-based, which will stay in your skin for about 8 to maybe even 12 hours. And you really don't require that you put that much on, too.
Is this the same sort of BS you used when you talked to strippers?
Abso-fraggin-lutely.
Nice. I like it. It's almost
Abso-fraggin-lutely.
believable.
So the whole aspect is we have about 8, 9 strippers floating around. It looks like they're going in between. Oh, it's the dinkiest little stage. I mean, my dining room table was bigger than this thing. I swear to God. So we have a plethora of people ranging from anything from truckers, bikers, bored salesmen. I got a guy with a who farted t-shirt. Just this weird cornucopia of men floating around. And we're like, fuck it. Why don't we sell to them?
Did that t-shirt have 2 thumbs on it?
Oh, absolutely.
This guy?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
yeah, we're literally hitting all these guys up like, hey, so you got a wife, got a girlfriend? Oh, okay, yeah. She's a little pissed that you're here, right? Oh, hey, I have got some Victoria's Secret Angel. I also have Heavenly, which, by the way, Heavenly, I feel this smells better, but that's my take on it. I mean, so we're shucking and jiving.
Yeah.
We were there for about 2 hours. I think we had a couple of beers, nothing real extensive. But we have raked in close to just a little under $4,000.
You sir, going to hell.
Yeah, so we have cleared just a little over 2,500 for our boss, and about 400 a pop for each of us. We're just sitting there going, okay, I'm gonna go get gas. You're gonna go get something to eat. Now let's get on the road. We get back to where we're supposed to meet up at the hotel. Our boss is like, where the fuck have you been? We explain the horrible story, and then we fan his cash at him. We're like, now then. You'll note that my truck is completely empty. No, we did not get robbed. I think we're the robbers. So I'm fanning close to $3,000 in his face. He really can't complain. He goes, yeah, you guys take the night off. Go ahead, do whatever the hell you want.
Just the night.
Yeah, it's just like he didn't care because we just cleared our inventory, which should have taken anywhere from 6, maybe 7 hours, depending on whether or not we could find anyone that was interested.
Yeah.
Or if we just simply looked like hucksters, which, let's be honest, we were.
Yeah. And you know what I think the most shameful thing about that is? Not that I'm judging or anything.
Oh, of course not.
It wasn't the gentleman that you convinced to buy perfume so as to appease their wives if they were at a strip club. Actually, I feel bad for the strippers you sold perfume to.
Well, they were interested.
I think they needed a discount. Those women work hard for their money.
I didn't get a lap dance.
Hard for their money.
What, so I better treat them right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get a discount lap dance out of the deal, so, hey, gotta give a little to get a little. That's all
You serve it. Well, I would accuse you of being a misogynist, but that would be
kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But no, we were, actually, some of them were really sweet.
You can't even spell misogynist. I
can't. Wine, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that Alzheimer's. Alzit? Fuck it, I don't remember.
These are what the jokes involved too, folks. I apologize.
That's right. I'm picking on anyone with a mental debility, or more specifically, a degradation.
Yeah.
Why not? I have one too.
Well, that's fair. You go from degradation to degradation. But yeah, so any of the past sources of income involved attempting to convince people to buy things that they had absolutely no interest in are just absolutely traumatizing.
They are
funny as hell. Traumatizing.
They are
Absolutely.
So what was the last ridiculous thing you had to sell door to door?
Let's see here. The last ridiculous thing I had to sell actually door to door would have been a vacuum. I said that lasted about a week before I was essentially fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
You go into your home or you go into a person's home.
Yeah, you're going to a total stranger's house who may or may not have a shotgun.
The fact that you can convince them to let you into their home with these bags full of attachments and Lord knows whatever else, right there.
You're go great in a sex dungeon.
You're already a criminal. You're already a criminal that you have talked your way into this person's home with all these hoses and tubes and boxes and bags, and you've convinced them.
A sex crime. Well,
right? Why are there not more people that are cautious about this? That was my problem. I'm a little offended by the number of people that would let me in. I mean, You can't see me, obviously, but if you could, you couldn't let me into your
Fish
house.
belly white, I believe, is the term you're looking for. No, seriously, I never did the truffle shuffle. It was a little scary.
The fact that I knew how to do the truffle shuffle.
Just
That's the
points
scary
out how
part.
old we are. Hey, is that a Goonies reference? Yeah, my dad knew that. Yarn! Stop that!
I didn't get the joke, but then my dad walked in and said, "Oh, that's a Goonies reference." And I probably stopped listening to your podcast.
I can see that.
They're not as hip as I thought they were. They say shit and fuck. I thought they were rebels.
Yeah, that's
But-
what
No, absolutely. And then you proceed to make a person's home filthy. And there's a little,
here's a cup of dirt, 2 bags of urine, and whatever else.
and beyond making a person's home filthy, you make them feel bad about the quality of their home to begin with. It's
Well, the
hilarious.
quality of their vacuum.
Oh, well, you go in with little tricks like two-sided filter,
Mhm.
cloth filters that you put in these vacuum hoses. You're
Oh, right,
look
right.
at
It
all the
shows-
dirt that I just pulled up off your carpet.
Yeah,
Now
but
watch
you-
what this vacuum can
Oh,
do.
good lord.
See, it's clean now. I'm going to put it in there. Now let me take
Vacuums.
it out.
Vacuum cleaner sold by Smoke and Mirrors.
Look at how much dirt is still on this filter. And that's after your vacuum went over it 15 times. Oh, I don't know how I could live in a home as unclean as this by the
Dear
safety of my
God, you should
children.
be burned alive for a
Honestly.
filthy home you have.
Honestly, does Child Protective Services know you allow children to live in a house that's kept this filthy? No, you are the devil, folks. When you do these things,
So you decided to hold on to your soul and said, "The hell
what,
with this."
you rationalize it for a little while. You're like, okay, I'm just doing a job. And these people, they want this product. But
Of course
no,
they do.
no.
They don't.
You can only take it so far. And then you realize that you are a goddamn Satan.
Oh, what about a certain telemarketing firm? That
That goes
Oh my God! So we can cover the basis of what we sold, but we shall, given the fact of their rather substantial amount of money they have behind them, I'd rather not give out their name.
Oh, yeah.
Rhymes with best. Anyway, yeah. So I'm in a completely different.
Names change to protect the innocent.
Absolutely.
It's lost on you, isn't it? Yeah.
What's
Right.
innocent?
All right.
Right. But anyway, we were literally in my particular field in question, if you can call such. We had specialized calls. So back when Javalia was only able to be purchased via over the
Oh,
phone.
yeah.
Yeah, so I got introduced to this. I'm about 24. I take a drink of this coffee, and dear God, it just pimp slapped you awake because you're not prepared for this really deep, rich coffee. So
You don't
that was a
sell it
purchase
anymore.
right away.
You don't sell it anymore.
Oh yeah, no.
You don't have to throw the adjective.
Dear God, it woke me up. But
It's
yeah, with
conditioned.
that in mind, I'm selling coffee. That horrible video professor with that program that used to be for VHS.
Yeah.
For when you couldn't operate a VCR.
It got even worse. So they had CDs, DVDs, and the like. And while these programs are viable, in my opinion, honestly, not everyone's going to grasp computers.
No.
I know it's the 21st century. I know we've been existing on them for more than 35 years, but screw it. Not everyone's hip to it. You know, these people that dwell in caves and afraid of the fiery orb in the sky we call the sun. They try to kill it with sticks. But with that in mind,
They said a word we didn't understand.
no, that's killing transvestites.
Oh,
That's
okay.
good.
You're right. Good one.
Yeah, they don't like that either.
No, but
Yeah. Sure, there are plenty of transvestites that didn't want to die.
yeah.
But that be it as it may. No, so we were selling that, and we also had that damn rotisserie barbecue system.
Oh,
Which another name I will not mention because, again, don't need that at my ass.
Weren't those things made of plastic? Didn't they
No, they were
cook
actually
themselves to pieces after a while?
they were actually a decent galvanized aluminum as well as a steel program, or just like this big metal cooking box.
Yeah.
The problem was when you speared a chicken or a Cornish hen and you just set it and forget it, they kind of fell off the stick, or they would just slap themselves to the side of the wall. They literally had no bracket to hold it into place, and just like maybe even like a snap tight unit.
Oh yeah.
That's all that thing required. But the other end of the spectrum is the chicken would start getting like it was thawed too much, and it would just literally start sloughing off of the damn thing. So now you have one side of the chicken that's really well cooked, the other side's pretty flimsy.
Honestly, that's what you get there for forgetting that you put a chicken in a rotisserie oven.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, to a certain degree, some personal responsibility, folks. Don't just walk off and leave your rotisserie running for 48 hours.
They want to get these little ab units. They're somehow going to make me thin. No, abdominal crunches will do that. That will tighten up your core rather well.
Are you talking about the electrical shocks?
Oh, God, it was one of those units, too. Yeah, you might as well be strapping that to your balls. Where, well, my nuts are really toned, or I just can't produce sperm anymore.
You know, when I worked in animal stuff, we actually did strap that on.
Okay. It just keeps going back to bestiality. I'm not sure what that's about. But anyway, so we would literally get these requests. Just a little gasoline. But no.
Cute animal.
I know. But no, we would get these requests for these items, on top of which we had to sell more stuff to them. Mm-hmm. All these little add-ons, all these little perks, all these subscriptions, all these guarantees. And you're just going, dear God, they just wanted to buy one item. I got to do this verbatim? You're kidding.
Oh.
We couldn't work around it. At no point in time we go, all right, well, I have something else you might find interesting. I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even stir the pot and make it moderately interesting. No, I have to read it verbatim in this monosyllabic type voice. I sound so boring at this point. I'm in a monotone voice that nobody can truly be captured by.
Well, it's because you hated your butt.
Well, then I had to read from a screen from left to right, and no way, shape, or form. Sound like I'm some form of automation.
I am not an actor. I am a human being and a customer just like you. And I endorse this product.
Zorflack, you're doing it wrong again. Back to the enrichment chamber.
Re-education for you.
No! I know, it was absurd.
Well, and back on to because I can't leave rotisseries alone. Why on earth would anyone buy a rotisserie? I mean, for your home, who has 6 hours to clean that motherfucker after you use it,
right? Easy off loving my ass. You'll be there all day.
Now that's a cooking utensil more people need in their house. An easy bake oven.
An easy bake oven.
If we all had easy bake ovens
we'd have teeny tiny cupcakes.
We'd all have tiny cakes.
Yeah.
Life is better with tiny cakes.
If you say so.
Oh, you don't have to take my word for it.
Because he's not an actor. And he's not endorsing it.
I may not be a chef, but I do play one on TV.
Okay,
wrap it up, Antoinette swears by tiny cakes. And look how
wrap it up, Gordon Ramsay. God. Now we've gone from horror stories to easy bake oven. That's different.
That's really in the same. Category.
Yeah, at least nobody asked for my comedy road stories. That would be wrong. That technically was a job.
It is technically a job.
So what was Vegas like? Everything was comp but my smokes. And I am a walking liquor ad going, yeah, see this? What's this? Oh, Johnny Walker Blue on the rocks. Yeah, I know. Normally like $100 a bottle. Hey, high-enders, you know what I'm talking about, huh? Yeah. And they're paying me.
No, your trauma.
I should have had scotch pouring out my pores.
Oh, please. Your trauma story there was that you never used a black light on any of the rooms that put you up in.
I don't think I'd ever want to see that. Oh, this is the lesser VIP suite here. Yeah, I got the little dinky suite, the dinky one. Dear God, it was bigger than one of my apartments, man. I was just sitting there going, there's a hot tub in it. You could put like close to 8 people, 8 really friendly people, but nevertheless, 8 people in that tub. You have to make some phone calls.
Please, those are your good stories. Now, you didn't always stay in nice places.
No, that is true.
I'm pretty sure Alaska did not have.
Oh God, not Alaska, please. Oh, don't make me live it.
Yes, when you're a stand-up comedian on the road, it's not all the comedy house.
It's not all blowjobs.
Yeah.
No,
it's
unfortunately,
not all funny bone. It's not all.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had an agent which I believe doubled for Satan, and I didn't understand the concept of weather change, climate, or I don't know, months.
He didn't care.
I was in February, he sent the little show pony out to Juneau, Alaska. Do you know what the population of this? This is 8 men per 1 woman. All right, I'm a single guy. 8 men for 1 woman.
So you're saying your relationship jokes?
Let's just say the fishing was slim. Yeah, no, I get set up.
Did you try and cast your rod?
Not in the least.
Right.
No point. Too cold. Middle of February. I wouldn't even want to try to think of having an erection, let alone whip that out. Like, oh, well, it looks like you're hung like a 12-year-old. It's just cold. Piss off.
I'm a grower, not a shower. Fuck you.
But yeah, that's the whole aspect. No, so my mentor, Jeff Wayne, and Tim Meadows and I are all sent to Juneau, Alaska, and we hate it. First off, we don't get a normal flight to get out this region. First, we get the normal plane, which I'm already white knuckling, and then they put us on a seaplane, a fucking seaplane, where I don't have a secure door that locks and is hermetically sealed. Oh no, I have a latch, a fucking latch. You know, your door can occasionally pop open if you have a shitty car and you hit a bump and it just popped open, somebody fell out. Yeah, it's like that, only 750 feet in the fucking air.
On a side trivia note, hermetically sealed doors were invented by the Freemasons. Just saying.
Amongst other things. But yeah, well, with this in mind, so we finally get there. We get our bags unpacked, and we're in this. Well, it was like cabins, for lack of a better term. Yeah, all I'm reminded suddenly, back in my head, I'm going, wow, this would be like Norman Bates would have in the wilderness. I like it. Interesting. No, I swear to God, it had that like almost that same creepy like 2-story house too.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, that part was great. But so we're idly talking, and the caretaker grabs me by the arm and gives me what I can only describe as the John Carradine stare through your soul, and informs me, now be careful, because there are polar bears in this region, and they like to come into town. I'm waiting for the punchline, to which I don't get it.
I honestly don't know why he didn't try and sell you like a little bag of fruit or
like peat moss, something to throw at the bear.
It keeps them away.
Just throw this jerky at them. That'll keep them excited.
If they come near you, bang these 2 large sticks together.
Yeah, exactly.
They're frightened by the noise.
You would think, because my eyes are now the size of saucer plates, going, what? What do you mean polar bears are wandering in? Like, well, they tend to wander in. What you're gonna? And now, so he begins to explain to me, in the event this occurs, look around my immediate area, and if there's a slant or a slope to run down, to immediately just book down there, because their forepaws and their back paws are different sizes. Their forelegs are smaller than their back legs.
Okay,
so now I need to know geography. And if in event he does catch up with me, you just pretend to faint and play dead.
Okay, so he did jump a load of Alaska Native.
I'm going to play dead to this creature. Hopefully it won't smell the impending puddle of urine that is just spilling into my pants. Let alone, this thing will come up and apparently paw you and smack you. This 1,500-pound creature will start whacking at your rib cage.
But you just hold perfectly
still. Yeah, you're supposed to lay just completely still. And eventually you'll get bored and just piss off.
Oh yeah, this bear, whose front legs are too short for it to run down hills. Well then, of course, because he's too stupid to recognize the difference between alive and a dead body.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I
think the avid twitching plus the piddling of pants might indicate you might not want to chew on this anyway.
It couldn't be anything at all to do with the superior senses that almost every animal has.
I know. What was so ridiculous is that he explains this. He's got a completely straight face. I'm thinking he's got the greatest poker face in the world, and he's actually not bullshitting me, and that's what scared me to no end. I'm sitting there having flashbacks from Arizona when we had wolves out in our region. Like, oh yeah, they come into town, they just kind of run around. I don't pay them any mind. So he keeps, that guy handed me jerky to throw at him. Yeah, that's why that's not a joke. If this guy throws me jerky, he goes, yeah, just pitch that around. They'll just go to that and they'll leave you alone. I'm like, are these feral? He goes, nah, not well. He was confused.
Define feral.
Feral means they have no problem eating human flesh because they are beyond that fear factor of whether or not man will attack back. Mm-hmm. And they're at the point of starvation. There is no rich vegetation. They can't find some small little woodland creature to, masticate. So it's my bony ass. What am I going to feed? I weigh $1.65. Who the hell am I feeding? A Yeti would pick at this for like 2 minutes and go, fuck it.
Starving and not afraid to eat man. So kind of like the cougars. local club.
No, those are different cougars.
I'm gonna stop right
Yeah, I appreciate that.
there.
He's not the cop isn't as good as I thought it was.
Oh,
I know. I mocked him. I feel so bad.
the joke.
The shame.
Anyway, you had a story that you were.
No, it's just the simple factor that it didn't. Honestly, it was starting to feel like the 12 labors of Hercules after a while. We're out in Florida, where for some reason I got drugged to do what I constitute as the most boring sport in existence. Golf.
Okay.
I have a handicap that's about a 9, if I'm lucky.
Have you seen shuffling?
That's true. Okay, the second most boring. Possibly water polo, but
Have
that's
you seen
extremely
cricket?
cool. Okay.
The
okay.
fourth
Fourth
most
most
boring.
Yeah, we're out there chipping in the woods in Florida. Jeff informs me he saw one of the logs move. Our caddy doesn't even bat a fucking eye. I'm like, what the hell is that? He goes, ah, skater. Like, oh, well, you must be okay because, you're quicker than like, oh, God, no. A gator runs at least 40 miles per hour. What you don't want to do is run zigzag. Like, stop. I throw him some jerky. I go down the hill. I got this covered. That's probably the reason why I didn't go to Hawaii. I would have probably had lava in my fucking living room.
Now, if the lava comes into your living room, the first thing you do, run downhill. Lava, you got a hard time chasing you, especially if you zigzag. Then you just toss some jerky behind you.
Yeah, you just avoid the molten magma that's coming trickling down at least, 200, 210 miles per hour. You just be at a breakneck speed. No, God.
That there lava will get distracted by that jerky and you can get away.
Is it about that southern voice? Especially that mumbling part. They can always con you into buying shit. You'll be at a fair and you'll be, hey, heard you want to look at that spa. I'm like, no, I don't need a whirlpool. I don't even have a house. No. It's that low level mumbling. Like you go to a gun shop and you don't know what the hell you're gonna buy if you're not a gun nut. If you don't have some direct association, if you don't have muzzle discipline, if you don't have, which by the way is not a gag you put on a dog's mouth. But yeah, so long as if you don't have any direct firearm discipline, you never take any courses and experience that aspect, you don't know what the fuck you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So they always end up recommending like a shotgun for you. You're like, dude, I don't want to do spackling for the next hour every time I think I may have an intruder. And then they start doing that mumbling shit. Like, oh, no, I've been doing this for about 20 years in my life. And of course, there's a subconscious where you're like, okay, maybe he has a point.
Don't forget the gold onion. They always got that gold onion somewhere. I ain't gonna take a gold onion. You're not gonna go down. Tell you about I'm gonna say that.
You always get those mumblers. Yeah, I know it, but honestly, I think that really is the terror of it. The worst aspects were some of the hotels they would set us up where you go like, these walls are incredibly thin. And at some point, not only can you hear the sex happening next door, I think at some point you could actually see it ebb through the wall because they're just so wafer thin.
Oh gosh.
It was still listed.
Actually, I can top you one better there on the wafer thin walls and all that. It'd be a short period of time in my wayward youth where I unfortunately got picked up by one of those prowling cougars that we were talking about.
Oh dear.
And followed her around to the various local maker and craft fairs back in the day. Pitching crafts, leather goods, little handmade
That's right.
things like that. And then sleeping the nights away on a mattress in the back of a pickup truck with a topper on it. Oh, those were romantic nights indeed.
Those were not the salad days.
Summer love that happened so fast. Oh,
and he would quote from Greece, and I would know it. Thank you.
And right about now, some dad's walking in the room going, oh, that's Greece. Oh, fuck. This show isn't cool after all.
Dad likes that shit. Oh my god. I'm gonna listen to something amusing and ironic like Modest Mouse. Oh wait, they're old now. I gotta get the newest indie.
What can we possibly?
Well, I can rock hipsters all day.
Oh, no, I can do that all day long.
I could stake them out to ants, Here's your fire ants and your honey. Have fun.
No, we probably shouldn't mock hipsters. They are probably the bulk of our audience. listening to
Yeah,
us. Not because they find this entertaining, but because it's ironic.
it's musically ironic.
Yeah, it's ironic to listen to us.
No,
Yeah.
I happen to find their podcast to be esoteric at best, but I enjoy the inflection of the human condition.
It's a name, and their jokes are substandard, but
Comedy is simple.
it's a study in humanism to listen to them ramble.
Wait, are you saying they're all the hipsters are all anthropologists?
Yes.
Could that
Yes,
be a
they-
more
no,
useless?
pseudo-anthropology.
Yeah, could that be a more useless concept to have anymore?
Anthropology teaches.
Anthropology. What is the point?
What?
What are they gonna research next? Mole people, the Atlanteans? Seriously, what human race have they not discovered in this pocketed planet? Unless you're a seafaring laddie and you happen to went across the merfolk, there really is no point for this.
Hey, there are water manipulating sea angels down there on the bottom of the Marinara Trench.
Ah, yes, I hear they're called water benders.
I've seen a documentary on them.
Of course you have. The Spike channel does not consider a documentary.
Oh, it was heart wrenching.
Look, it had Luke Perry in it. It can't be right.
This guy, he was going to the bottom of the. It was scientific. They even had that liquid that she breathed.
That was the abyss.
Oh, you've seen the documentary I'm talking
That
about.
was a Cameron movie.
That was.
Yeah. That was Ed O'Neill. And Michael Bean's character was a little psychotic.
My whole childhood's a lie.
I
That's
know.
what you're telling me.
Yeah. And your rabbit, he never went to the farm.
It never was. It didn't have
He went right to the dinner plate.
My rabbit unfortunately died in a terrible cooking accident. My dad told me this woman came by and oh wait, no, that was a movie too.
Yeah.
God, are any of my memories real? Wait a minute. What about this time? I was at the bottom of the hill.
Oh,
there
that
was
was
this girl
Rebirth.
with braids, and she was running down the hill. To a
You
field
were
of
so pathetic. That was a Little House on the Prairie.
Oh gosh. Which if you haven't seen the movie Scrooge, folks, it's a great movie. Run it for the holidays. It's better than any of the traditional Christmas films.
Bitch hit me with a toaster.
And the answer, James, is the SS Minnow. The SS Minnow.
It was more than a 3-hour tour.
Actually, though, that movie does have one of my favorite lines, and that's the one where the solid gold dancer is standing under the mistletoe, and he's like,
I can hardly see him.
"I'm gonna have to kiss her now." It's not. She's just obeying the law. It's a state thing, not just a local ordinance.
You can see her nipples, Frank. Well, Charles Dickens wanted to see her nipples.
Oh gosh, no, it's a great film. And we've gone off topic yet again.
Shocking.
No, it's all sorts of jobs that they're in.
My defense.
Jake and I have had the opportunity to experience quite a few of them.
I suppose you could call it the opportunity. Some of it I'd say the less than blessing or curse.
Anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Or gives
Except
you
heroin.
good fodder for a podcast.
Yeah, we're heroin. Heroin will just out now.
Yeah,
kill
this
you.
is true
So
too. That's
don't
what gets me through these shows. But
might give you a bit of a jiffy tummy, according to Dylan.
not that we had the opportunity to experience any of the joys that are present in social services work, psychology.
God.
Nurses, I understand, have some great stories. In fact,
Social workers, trash collectors. Oh God, can you just feel bad for the sanitation? Dear God, imagine what they find.
Oh.
Arms, legs of multiple den hookers. Enough syringes and hypodermic needles.
there's a dead fucking
hooker. Fucking hard. That's bad. Yes, you could have a 4-room.
Oh,
Who didn't
goodness.
love Tim Roth?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, lawyers everybody's got some sort of traumatic experience in their
Absolutely.
industry, and you know what? We'd love to hear about it. If you want to write to us, post on our Facebook wall, feel free. We'd love to hear about your traumatic experience.
You can reach us best at the Rotten Reels reviews at facebook.com.
Mm-hmm.
That is the page. I am going to, yes, get off my lazy duff and actually write up a Rotten Rambling On page because I haven't gotten a logo yet. I'm very anal. Sorry.
And as always, if you enjoy pop culture and you want to give Jake some writing industry trauma, then visit his
Here's a
rotten
trauma
reviews.
movie. Can you review it? No.
Then go to Rotten Real Reviews and suggest that he review something absolutely traumatizing.
Absolutely.
If he hasn't already done it.
Yes. If you've got a horror film, you got a sci-fi film. Hey, you know what? Give me a drama. That'd be a change. An actual award-winning drama. Why the hell can't I watch that other than on my own time?
But in all fairness, how are they going to make that comment? Where do they go?
Well, again, the best aspect of that would be you can always reach me through Rotten Reels Reviews at Facebook.com. I also have the Twitter, that same standing, Rotten Reels Reviews. And, you know, what the hell? I'll even paste it out there, Jake3476 at gmail.com.
Ooh,
Feel free
that's
to
great.
throw
I know I'm gonna
venom, bile. I'm sure if Sean had any nuts, he'd give you his Gmail account, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, look at that. He didn't nut up.
Came up a little short. I hear that about
Hey, I'm a grower, not a shower. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's not that cold here.
It's like fucking Alaska. Turn the AC down.
Don't even start with me about Alaska. I told you never to bring it up.
Niagara Falls.
There I was. It's like numb, only really fucking cold. Polar bears coming out of everywhere. Charlie was ever in the snow deeps. What? Are they throwing snowballs at me? Offering me a Coke? What's going on here? Here, have this Coke, maul your face. Actually, that'd be hilarious.
What is that? Apocalypse Alaska?
No, actually, I can see that. I can see that sketch. The little kids have been throwing snowballs back and forth, and the polar bears come out and offer them a Coke, and the kids foolishly reach out to get it, only to get their head lopped off from the shoulders down. Flop.
You know what? If stuff like that happened, we wouldn't be stuck with just Shark Week.
That's true. We'd be stuck with something like Sharknado. Oh, God.
Which, by the way, I swear to God, they're going to make that sequel, Zombie Sharknado. It will happen. In your lifetime.
Sharknado?
Even in your lifetime.
I see the Zombad Sharknado. Yeah.
Zombie.
Just so we remember.
Now you're just trying to play it.
Yeah, no, I'm just plugging in.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Don't
was the most ridiculous.
Don't plug a zombie bitch out and
Oh,
you'll
wow.
catch something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, what if it was like a black rubber knob or something?
But yes.
Well,
Send us your hate. Send us your love. We prefer love, but we'll take hate. And
I'm used to hate. What's that movie? It looks like shit.
It's a shorter episode, but guess what? You picked a shorter topic. So
I thought you were a grower.
sometimes I'm a shower.
Just massage it a little.
Hey, look.
Ew. What is that? A peanut? Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's been a pleasure. Talking about our work history.
For jumps from hell. Well, folks, again, this is Jake. I appreciate you letting us ramble on.
And this is Sean.
So you folks have a good night, and I hope you enjoyed this. Who knows? There might be more shows like this.
Maybe not quite like this.
Yeah, maybe we'll actually keep it clean for like maybe at least 10 minutes.
Maybe we'll go for entertainment.
Ooh, that's possible.
Ooh, let's not set the bar too high.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Take it easy, folks.
Good night.